Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's Samira Interviews. I'm Samira, of course, and today I am joined by Barrett Brown. Barrett, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, Samira?
I'm doing good, getting over some allergies currently, but I'm doing good.
Oh, I know all about that. It's the worst. It hammers me and I can't function for the day. It's horrible sometimes. So
Oh,
I get it.
it's so terrible. And then with the change of weather going from cold to hot, hot to cold, especially here up in the Northeast, I'm not getting enough sleep. I don't sleep.
Yeah, same. I'm lucky if I get like 5 or 6 hours on a good day. So
Gotta keep it up with the coffee.
I know, right? I know.
What the viewers don't know here is that Barrett really likes coffee and so do I, and we actually have the same Starbucks order, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. That nitro cold brew. What is it with like the sugar-free vanilla and the shot of almond milk and all that nonsense?
And then mine is just the cold brew with sugar-free vanilla and like no creamer whatsoever.
Basically the same thing.
That is crazy. I remember when we first talked about it, and I was just like, wait, what? Let's get into talking about, wrestling. You've done a lot so far in 2022, from wrestling to Suzuki, doing a lot with New Japan, as well as we see you on AEW. How's that been feeling lately with, this whole thing in the past couple of months?
It's been wild. In which it was something that like I didn't really think would happen just because of the whole pandemic in 2020. Because I debuted for New Japan December of 2019, and then it was just like waiting for the phone call. But then COVID hit, and I was like, well, that may not happen anytime soon. And then it was like from the end of 2020 until now, just things have just constantly been picking up, and it's almost like something I didn't think would happen. But I'm very grateful, very fortunate, and I want to keep the ball rolling. So, yeah, I could be more grateful for everything that's happened in 2022.
What was it like in that moment, when you got the call or the message saying you were going to wrestle Suzuki?
I was legitimately in my hotel room the day before one of the tapings for Strong. So the promoter was like, "Hey, I want to put you with a top name from New Japan, but I don't know who's going to be here for Mania weekend." And I was like, "Well, my top two would be either Shibata, which that may not happen. Like, I don't think he can do anything right now." And I was like, or Suzuki. And then just by some stroke of luck, we were able to get Minoru Suzuki. And I like almost basically fell on my bed, cried in the hotel room before the show whenever we got Suzuki. So, and that was a hard secret to keep too, because I had to keep that a secret for almost a month before I actually put out the challenge. And that was like the hardest thing I've done in my career, was keeping that match a secret. But
I'm sure you were really excited about it too, and you're just like wanted
for
to
sure.
tell people, like, guess who I'm gonna wrestle.
Right, right. Like literally my dream match. And I can't speak highly enough about that dude. I feel like I got 15 years of experience in just like the 20 minutes I spent with him in that ring. And just the dude is like the pinnacle of this business. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. So
What was it like then meeting him and getting to talk with him?
I will say that just him showing up, he has a very large presence. Like, he's not the biggest dude, but he fills up the entire room when he walks in. Like, you know that there's like, you have like a sixth sense. It's almost like there's a giant, like there's a presence here. It's like if you're like in a giant body of water, you feel like there's a shark here somewhere, and that's just his presence. And so what you like feel on the screen, it's like amplified 100-fold just being in there with him. So he carries an intensity, but he's a really good dude once you get to like really talk to
And that's really cool. And you guys did put on a great match. You did like so much, coming up after that, which you went to AEW. What was that as like as well?
him. That was wild. I found out. So I got an email about that maybe less than a week before the Suzuki match. And so I was like, man, if it wasn't stressful enough to be preparing for this match, no, I'm going to AEW. And then I get to AEW, and then like that was a weird time too, because I spent a lot of the time in the back thinking like, okay, well, we may not do anything. And then someone pulled me to the side and they're like, "Hey, you're not going to be on Dark. You're actually on Rampage." I was like, "Oh, so that's happening. Okay." it's just like one thing after another that I didn't expect ended up happening. And it kind of goes along with like, I tell everybody just hope for the best and expect the worst when it comes to this business. And that's always done really well for me. So, and it's just, yeah, the last couple of months have been nutty to me. So,
Is there a possibility, could see you on Rampage or Dark again?
maybe I would just say keep your eyes open to your TVs and social media, because I can tell you that my story at AEW may not be done just yet. That's all I'll say right
How are you feeling? Like, yes, you are a part of, New Japan, and AEW and New Japan are collabing, doing a show together. What's your
now. Right.
thoughts on that?
It is such a cool time to be, not just a part of this business, but it's a very cool time to be a wrestling fan, because it is literally an age where we have no idea what's going to happen. Like, just so many things that people thought would never happen are happening, and it goes like with, Mickie James showing up to the Royal Rumble with the Knockouts title. Like, everything is just, I feel like we're living in like a multiverse, which feels just so accurate to say. But yeah, like, I literally anticipate anything at this point. So
If you could wrestle any of the AEW guys, who's it gonna be?
ooh, you got to throw that one out there. That is tough. You know what? I will default to Kenny Omega. I've always loved his style. I've always loved how he moves. If I had to pick somebody that I know personally and have known for a long time, I would say Sammy Guevara, because he and I never got to have our one-on-one that we always wanted to have. And I think that if we could have it on that stage for the first time, that would be incredible. I've known Sammy since he started. We have an ongoing joke where he's a year older than me, but I'm a year older than him as far as our careers go. And so we've done like multiple multi-man matches and tags on the indies, but we've never had that one-on-one. So he would be a guy that I know personally that I would love to step in there and mix it up with.
And speaking of tag matches, you're part of Stray Dogs. What about that? What if you guys could wrestle any tag team in the AEW division there too? Who would it be?
You know what? Since we're like a trio team, I think the Blackpool Combat Club would be pretty fun. Because I got to mix it up with Yuta at Strong and actually pulled out a win. So why not make the Stray Dog Army go against the Blackpool Combat Club? I think that'd be an absolute banger. And plus, I've always been a Regal fan, so, maybe get to interact with him a little bit. That'd be fun.
Was there anybody at AEW like that you got some pretty cool advice from at all, or like, that was like just really nice at all to you?
So the match with Butcher it was what it was. It was like a minute, but it was such a cool experience. And oddly enough, I went back to my locker room, and the Blade, he came up to me and he talked to me for like 20 minutes just about, how grateful he was for what I did, and said that I knocked it out of the park. And just he basically wanted to make sure that I wasn't disheartened by what happened. And I told him, I was like, dude, trust me, I've been in this situation. Like, I get it. And I told him that I appreciate you going out of your way and saying these things. But he was really cool. And it was like, he really looked out for me. And funny enough, I got to see Ace Steel. He trained CM Punk, but he's one of their agents right now. And I've known him we did a show in Arkansas for a while called Traditional Championship Wrestling, and he was there. And I've always connected with Ace for a long time. And to see him again and to get his input and his advice was just really cool. It was almost like a little family reunion with him, and it made the environment just more tight knit and just, I don't know. I wasn't on pins and needles at AEW. It just very much was a very chill vibe. It felt like I was at home.
And that's really cool. I'm really happy for you and that all that's happening for you.
I appreciate that. I mean, like I said, this should be just the beginning. So I got a very interesting email, and we'll see where it takes me. So
there's more things coming in 2022 for Mr. Barrett Brown.
Maybe. I mean, at least I got some more strong bookings coming up, so that's what I can say right now.
Is there any other, promotions you may have your eye on, or any opponents you're hoping to mix it up with?
Ooh. You know what? Oddly enough, there's one guy that I have wanted to mix it up with, would be Clark Connors. And The Wild Rhino is a dude that ever since I set foot in the dojo for the first time, he was the guy that I instantly connected with. And we always wanted to have that one-on-one. And I think he and I could put on a banger, like make something special out of it. So if I could pick one guy that I know that I've known ever since I even stepped foot in a New Japan dojo for the first time, I'd pick Clark because he, Alex, and Carl, those three and me, we really hit it off. I was almost like an unofficial young lion at one point. Just I would stay at the house with those guys in Shibata. We would eat together, just stay in the same house. Now we would just, share stories and critiques and just really help each other grow. And he was just the first guy that I ever hit it off with. So I think he and I could do something cool.
And Clark is in Japan right now. And with things changing, borders opening, restrictions are all changing. Could we see you in Japan at all soon?
There have been talks of something. I can't say when, I can't say what, but I will say that there's a very strong chance maybe at some point in 2023 you could see Stray Dogs wandering around in Japan at some point.
Oh, how exciting.
I had to get the passport picture updated. So for those of you that are watching this that don't know, this was not a thing. I used to have a shaved head. I looked like a small child, like no facial hair, like I was just a Gerber baby. And that was my passport picture for a long time. I had to go get it updated because I was like, look, I got to get this changed because they may not let me go to Japan if I don't look the same. So I had to get the picture updated and all the fun stuff. There was an inside joke around like Texas indie wrestling that I was like the Stewie Griffin of Texas for a while. So
oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you act like Stewie as well, or no? It was just how you looked.
I almost dressed up as Stewie at a Halloween show once. I was that close to doing it. I was that
Oh my
close.
God, you should have done it.
No, that would have been the picture. That would have been the picture you would have plastered up here.
Oh my God, that would have been. I would have picked the most funniest picture for you.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Well, let's get into some non-wrestling questions. As I wanted to do, I had some questions picked out for Barrett because Barrett and I have similar interests in stuff that we would find out like our Starbucks order or like something. So I thought it would be fun if we did like a lightning round of questions and see what else we could have in common and see, some stuff like that.
Oh, Lord. I eagerly anticipate.
You get something from McDonald's. Let's go with that first.
Let's go McNuggets.
Oh, McNuggets. I got to go with the French fries there.
Okay. Well, close second. Good enough. Yeah.
But is that something is that your favorite like fast food French fry?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know what? They might be. Yeah. I got to go with McDonald's. Nothing really comes close, honestly.
Smart answer. There's this whole thing here in the East Coast between like Wawa, Sheetz, and I think like Turkey Hill's in the mix with the West Coast. I'm not sure what else there is, but what is your favorite?
So there's a battle here as well between Whataburger and InNOut. Like,
oh my God, yes.
That's the split here. Okay. So here's the secret to that. Like I am a Whataburger guy, but it's like a secret menu at InNOut, but it's not really a secret. It's called Animal Style. They just put like a bunch of sauce and like grilled onions and stuff. Now, if you go that route, I'm an InNOut guy because they don't really do that at Whataburger. But if you go traditional, I'm a Whataburger guy. And like my parents fight about it all the time too, because they go to a lot of these Texas shows with me, and there'll be like an internal battle between like, no, we're going here, no, we're going here. I'm just like, guys, I just want food. Like, I'm just hungry. So I'm not a picky eater. I will eat literally anything. I will try anything once. I will. You can name something I probably would not. It probably wouldn't gross me
out. Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you ever had that candy that had like the bug in it?
Yep, I have.
No.
I have. Yeah.
Oh my God,
See,
no.
Yeah, nothing really bothers me as far as like grossness or anything like that.
What was that like though?
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was like a weird mix of like kind of spicy, kind of sour, kind of sweet. It was weird, but it wasn't bad.
No.
You got to broaden your horizons a little bit. Okay, come on.
You want to eat a bug though?
Have you not had like they sell like candy crickets at some places, and I tried it. It's not bad.
Oh my God, no. Don't tell me you then keep on getting it, or is this like a one-time type of thing?
Oh no, that was a one time. Yeah. It's not like a delicacy to me. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know that. So between then the Whataburger and InNOut, it's Whataburger you chose. Okay. I did ask that question around in Dallas, which unfortunately I didn't get to ask you it, but
yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I would pick between that, because that one was definitely a hard decision. I went and tried both and I don't have an answer for that.
So what did you get more answers of? Did you get more that leaned toward Whataburger or InNOut when you were here?
Oh my God. I think it was InNOut, if I'm not wrong.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah. InNOut's really good. And their menu is very simple. It's literally like burgers and fries and milkshakes is all that they have. So it's very simple. So I don't doubt that.
Yeah. So do you when I was mentioning before about like Wawa, Sheets, like Turkey Hill, like those kind of stuff?
Yeah.
What's your favorite out of those?
Wawa for sure.
Oh, and thank God.
Yeah, and it was like when I would go to the Ring of Honor dojo when it was in Philly, I stayed at a hotel right next to a Wawa, and I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my God, I found my Philly Buckies. I found it. It's Wawa. I love this place. So, yeah.
Thank God, because Wawa is my favorite. I know that's a big debate around here between Wawa and Sheets specifically, and a lot of people pick Sheets. I don't care. I pick Wawa. I'm a Wawa girl. I love everything there.
Gotcha. Did you go to Buckies while you were here?
No, I didn't get to. Okay, so hot weather or cold weather? I don't know if we talked about this one before.
Cold. I'm a cold weather guy.
Hot weather.
Look, beanie and sweater weather is my thing.
No. Cupcakes or cookies?
Oh, man. Cupcakes. I want cupcakes. Here. I forget what celebrity it was that talked about them, but she took the bottom part of it, she pulled it in half and then took the bottom half and sandwiched the icing and made like a little cupcake sandwich. That's how she eats her cupcakes, and it changed my world forever.
What?
That, like, come on, think about it. She tore off the bottom half and then turned it over and put it on top of the icing and made like an icing sandwich out of the cupcake. And that's how she eats it. It doesn't make a mess, and it sandwiches the icing so it doesn't get all over you. So you don't like bite into the icing. See, doesn't that like blow your mind? I'm broadening your horizons right now.
I wonder what else we have in common. I guess we'll figure that out as we go on, but I think we do still have a lot in common.
I think we do. And I'm sure you will ask enough to where we will find out.
So you did speak of the ROH Dojo before, which yes. I now know has been taken over by Cheeseburger Worldwide Dojo. Have you been there, since, it switched over?
I have not been there since it switched over. I really want to go because I've always loved that dude. Two guys that I connected with the most when I went out there when it was still ROH was Cheeseburger and Will Ferrara. They both helped me out so much, and I'm really grateful for their friendship because I was a nervous wreck. It was like the first big company that I ever did a tryout for, and they noticed it. And not to like spoil Christmas for anybody, but when I was doing the whole Americos thing, shocker, I know that was me. I went there as Americos, and they could just tell that I was nervous. And a lot of that was because I wasn't fully myself as Americos. It was a character that was kind of given to me because I looked so young at the time. And they really just helped motivate me and get me through those trials. And I was like maybe, 4 years in at the time. And ever since then, like, he stayed in touch with me. And when I debuted for New Japan, he hit me up. He was like, finally something actually happened, like something stuck for you. Thank goodness. And so it's just, and we've never wrestled. And I think that's a travesty. I need to wrestle Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, if you're watching this, I'm going to tag you in a clip if this is clipped, and we need to wrestle. So.
Hey, I mean, it could happen. Like you and him both do it well, because as well we see Cheeseburger on AEW the past couple times too. So
Debuted,
big things
yeah.
happening for the both of you.
I know
So
it.
hopefully
I
we
know
get
it.
that match.
I know it. And look, I run a hey Cheeseburger. I run a facility. You run a dojo. Like, come on, dude. This
Ooh.
writes itself. Trainer versus trainer. Let's go, dude. Come on.
Oh, we could do a trainer versus trainer, which school versus school. I think that would be sick.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. He would tear us up. I'm just kidding. Okay, so question for you then. So if
Oh,
you, yeah, so I know this is my hot comeback, dude. Okay, so if you could pick any fast food restaurant, where would you go?
I've been obsessed with Chipotle as of late. So I'm
What's
gonna
your
have ooh, okay. At Chipotle, I get the bowl and I always get steak, cheese, lettuce, the salsa, sour cream, and I think that's it. And then I get the chips with it because then I eat it like that. And then with like the guacamole on the side. That's what I usually get from Chipotle.
Okay, so we have like almost the exact same order, but mine's like,
No.
but mine's the chicken instead of the steak. So yeah, you hit like almost everything that I do because I'm like, I want a bowl, not a salad. I'm just gonna get the lettuce. Here's what I want because I don't get the rice or beans either. I
Me
just
either. Oh my God.
yep.
No. Oh my God. That is so crazy. Well, do you go to coffee places every time you travel somewhere at all?
I will usually get it delivered to me. So when I travel, I very much stay in my hole unless I have extra time. If it's like for a day, I will stay in one spot. But if there's like a stretch of time, I will venture out. But most of the time, I'm there for like a day, and so I'll get something delivered.
Are a big coffee lover. I know somebody else that's a big coffee lover. I'm not sure if you are familiar with him. Are you familiar with Richard Holliday?
I've never met him, but I am familiar with him and his work. Yes, coffee connoisseur.
Yes, he is.
Yep, he looks the type. He looks the type.
I definitely suggest you try his rarefied coffee. I personally haven't tried it yet. I want to try it. I think you should try it as well, but I would love to actually see something happen between the two of you, maybe like a video or something of you guys going to try coffee because I know he's a big coffee guy.
That'd be fun. I know that he's very big in like MLW and everything, and it's one of the very few bigger companies in the States that I've never wrestled for. And so that's kind of fitting. So I would love to meet him and do something like that. MLW and Impact. They're the two major companies in the States that I've never wrestled for.
And I mean, MLW has the whole open door thing they got going on. So
True. Very true.
you got a lot of, choices,
A lot of like
paths to go on here.
My toes are in a lot of doors right now.
Okay, Vera, I love to end my interviews with a fun question. Even though I feel like we've been throwing out fun questions here and there throughout the interviews. Right. Is a pizza a pie? It's random. Like usually my questions are like something to do with the season or holiday or something, but I'm giving you a in-depth question.
It depends on the pizza. A deep dish is. I say a deep dish pizza is a pie. Look, if you fold a pizza over, is it a sandwich?
Oh my God, no.
Like, I mean, come on. People call cookie cakes a cake, but it's just a giant cookie. So is every cookie a cake?
Well, when I think of a cookie cake, I don't honestly think of it as a cake. It is just like a big giant cookie, honestly.
Or if you slice a giant cookie in triangles, is it just a pizza?
I don't know.
See?
You're confusing
There's a lot of ways. There's no a lot of ways.
So it's a Pop-Tart ravioli.
I'm gonna say no, just because I don't think you can properly boil a Pop-Tart. Okay.
I mean,
now
it has the filling in the side.
But now see, you're messing me up
It is a hot dog, a sandwich.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, I knew that was coming. It's only a sandwich if the back end is also split. That's the only time it's a sandwich. If the back end is still connected and it folds,
Yeah.
it's not a sandwich. But if that opens up, now it's a sandwich.
What?
Then does that make it a taco?
Wait, now you're adding tacos into this. Wait, no.
See, you're messing up. I ask because I get really in deep with this stuff. See, you're messing up.
Now you're confusing me.
I know. I will turn this around really quick. Don't try me. I got you.
Bert's like, I'm turning this whole interview around like this is my show.
Right? Is it maybe it's like a mixture of a taco and a sandwich. A hot dog.
Oh my god, a hot dog
foods.
is not a taco. First of all, no.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that. No, Barrett, stop. No.
Is lasagna just spaghetti cake?
Is it?
I think it is. I very much am a believer that is true.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Are you sure? The way you cut it in squares,
Okay.
birthday cake you cut into squares, it has layers. It may not be sweet, but it is savory. And is it not Italian? It's got all the makings of spaghetti except for noodles, but it's got the layers of pasta.
But hey, sometimes I like to cut my cake into triangles, not squares.
Look, you can do the same thing with lasagna. You can be as adventurous as you want.
No, I don't want to cut my lasagna into triangles. I feel that's weird.
Like you're a monster. What?
Is that the proper way?
Right.
Barrett, you're confusing me now. I'm very confused.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could do that for you.
Barrett changed this. This is the Barrett show, everybody. He's, taking over.
I'm here with Samira. Samira, how are you doing this evening?
I'm very
Glad to have you on the
confused.
show.
I'm confused, Barrett. Barrett, thank you for coming on here and confusing me today.
Absolutely. I'm honestly, in all seriousness, it's really cool to actually have an interview where it's not just like strictly like, how did you get started with wrestling? Like, what's been your background before? Like, where'd you grow up? Like, it's cool that you want to like dive into the person kind of like behind everything too, because I feel like I've given the same answers in a lot of interviews, but this was a lot different. And this is really cool. So I think you got something really special here. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Well, if anybody knows me and watches like my stuff, I love to get to know the wrestler, not ask the same old questions. I do my research and I get to know, the wrestler, what they do. Of course, I love to ask them, what they're doing in the wrestling career and ask them all that stuff. I also like to ask the fun questions and see what they're about, like, because that's cool, because there's more to, more to you than just your character, obviously. So, and it's nice.
For sure. And that's really cool. And I appreciate that. So who do you think has been, not to put you on the spot, but who would be like your dream interview on this show?
Oh my God. I say this every time. My number one dream interviewee is Randy Orton. Randy, I don't think you're familiar with this, but Randy Orton is the reason why I got into professional wrestling when I started watching, reason why I watched. And I had the chance to meet him a couple years ago when I was like 15, 16 years old. He's really cool. And I really would love to interview him. I've seen like his stuff with like Stone Cold, thought that was amazing. Yeah. And he's just been my favorite ever since I started watching and when I grew up. And I just would love to have a conversation with him and just get to talk with him because he just seems so cool. And I'd love to know more about like his career and stuff he does outside of wrestling. So that would just be just so amazing.
That's awesome. I've told people that if you watch his interview with Stone Cold on the Broken Skull Sessions, it's literally like you get a free hour-and-a-half training seminar. Like it's so good. And I mean, and the dude knows, like, he has an infinite amount of knowledge and wisdom. He's one of the best. So I was gonna rib you, be like, oh, you didn't say me, and I was like, oh, fine. But no, that's a very good answer.
I loved that interview, and I remember when it got to the end, and they were saying it was the end. I was like, that was an hour and something already. Like, I wanted to hear more. Like, I was like so interested in the stuff they were talking about, and I was like, can they do another one? Like, it was just so good. And I just, because he has so much knowledge and he has so many stories. Like, he's been in this business for so long, and I just love to have the chance to sit down with him one day. So hopefully it comes true. I'd love that.
For wrestling, I would go to school, I would come home, I'd play video games, I'd go to sleep. I had no real purpose or drive. And in that sense, wrestling really saved my life. Like, it gave me a reason to get in shape. It gave me an outlet to like pursue my dreams. It really saved me. And so, like, if I can, open up this facility and help people out and just give back to it in some way, then I'll gladly do it. So, and I've always told people, like, look, wrestling doesn't owe you a thing. Like, I owe it everything. It owes me nothing at all. So.
Well put. That's, really, really well put.
I appreciate that.
Well, thank you again for coming on here and joining me today. Can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
You can find me primarily on Twitter at TCO_Barrett B. I'm on Instagram at Barrett Brown TC1. I have a couple of Facebook pages. The wrestling ones where I'm making the mean face from AEW, so go add me on that one. But yeah, usually Twitter, I'll keep everyone updated on all my shows and upcoming stuff. And I've got a few surprises to post in the coming future. So yeah, just follow me on my adventures and let's have some fun. Also, my website, www.barrettbrownpro.com, has all the links to all of my social media, as well as my YouTube page where you can find some old matches and stuff. Don't make fun of me for those. But yeah, you can find old Barrett Brown matches. But, Stewie Griffin Barrett's on there too. So, hey.
Well, everybody, you can find them linked in the description below, as well as all my links to my social media pages. Again, Barrett, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you, Samira. I had a blast.